What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Pro Speed Baseball. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can use a basketball to turn you into a much more powerful hitter. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, guys, we got a lot of great content coming out this year, and if you don't want to miss out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's the only way you can get notified when we come out with new content. And make sure you hit that like button. That really helps us grow the channel. And if you guys have any questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. Leave them in the comment section below. Now, I know what you guys might be thinking, but we're not actually going to hit the basketball with the bat. I've seen some drills out there with that, but there's actually something we can learn way more from a basketball because it's something we're familiar with. Now, I had a couple of Pro Speed students working on some stuff in their swing, and what I was trying to explain to them is the difference between grinding and being athletic. So what I'm talking about is I can take swings where my mechanics are absolutely perfect, but I can really be trying to grind at the swing. You know, we've gone over this in some videos, but this is a really good visualization to throw into what we're trying to do. Now, there's a big difference between grinding into a swing and being athletic with a swing, meaning a nice, powerful, smooth move where we've got lots of speed. But here's the other end of the spectrum where some of my players were running into a little bit of problems. So I was telling them, hey, we need to get a little less grindy and a little bit more smooth and powerful, athletic. And then I got some swings that kind of looked like this, where they were just kind of a little bit lazy. So we came up with this really, really awesome way to explain the difference between being grindy and being smooth and powerful and athletic. And we can see that visually very easy with a basketball. So a lot of you guys have seen, you know, pro teams play. You guys have seen professionals handle a basketball, or guys who are really good dribbling the ball. Well, what you see when you see someone dribbling a ball is just pure athleticism. This ball's being bounced, it's being cradled, it's being bounced. Now, let me show you guys what grindy would look like. So the mechanics of bouncing the ball are very simple. My hand goes on the top of the ball, it throws the ball at the ground, the ball comes back up. Those are the mechanics. Now, let me show you what it would look like if I was taking a grindy swing, but I was trying to do the good mechanics, but I'm using a basketball instead. It would look it's going to look a little silly, but now my mechanics are actually exactly the same, but I'm grinding at it. I'm really forcing my hand. I'm very tense. I'm very rigid, but obviously I'm still bouncing the basketball, and my mechanics are the same, but they don't have that nice, same fluid action that we have when we dribble a ball. Now, the other end of the spectrum, so let's just say that's the grindy end of the spectrum versus the athleticism, you know, loose and powerful end of the spectrum. The other end of that is we can have where we're too loose, where I'm got good mechanics and I'm loose, but I'm not really doing anything to get the ball to bounce. I'm not putting any effort into getting the ball to bounce. So there is a difference, guys, between being grindy and having no effort. And that little sweet spot in the middle is having that smooth, powerful mechanics. And again, this is much more of a feel thing, which is why we like to use a visual like the basketball, because if we use the basketball, we can dribble, we can be smooth. But if I'm trying to do this grindy, it gets very, very weird. And if I try to do it too smooth, I don't have enough power. So if we can apply that to anything we do in the swing, we can say, hey, I want to be a little less grindy or a little less flowy and get more into more of a, hey, I'm athletic and dribbling the basketball. So again, a grindy swing would look something like this. You know, I got good mechanics, but everything's really rigid and grindy, like open hand just smacking at the basketball with very rigid mechanics. Or I can be very, very loose where I have, you know, no power on it. Or I can be somewhere right in between, that nice athletic flowing motion where I have that visual in my head. Okay, this is kind of like me bouncing the basketball. I'm just doing it very fast and very aggressively. And I can have that great balance between grindy and too loose. So guys, if you can use this visual to allow yourself to free up your swing, you can get a lot more power and a lot more speed, even if you don't change anything, because you're going to be moving that much better. Now guys, keep in mind, we can apply this to anything we're doing. Fielding, we can get too rigid. Throwing, we can get too rigid or too loose. We always want to be going for that nice, pure athleticism. Now, one of the best things for hitting is making sure that our body is in the right position to allow us to move more freely. Because if we're not shifting our weight or doing things properly in our swing, we could be getting rigid from the get-go and not being in a position to allow ourselves to be free. I got a great bonus for you guys. I'm actually going to play one of our best weight shift videos from our membership website that you can get instant access to by clicking on the link in the top right-hand portion of your screen, or then the link in the description below, and it's going to show you how to begin to start moving correctly so that you can allow yourself to be more free in your swing. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to now start showing how our weight shift is involved with the release of the bat. We just simply need to understand exactly where we want to be in our weight shift. So we're going to get a lot more specific. We're going to be talking about the timing of getting the back pocket in front of the tee at the same time we're hitting the ball. But the first thing we need to do, guys, is we need to rep this out and make sure that we can definitely get the weight transfer that we need. So we're going to put our arms across our chest. We're going to get at least 100 repetitions